Hi, I'm Robert Evatt. I'm the Tulsa World's tech writer, and today I'm going to talk about what seems to be the latest in the many Droid phones that come out for Verizon's network, the Droid Bionic. The Droid line is actually applied to a series of different manufacturers. This one's coming out from Motorola. And as you can see, it's somewhat similar to the Droid X in that it emphasizes a very big screen to try to give you better video resolution, better playback. It just kind of makes the screen pop more. It's one of those love it or hate it kind of things. I mean, personally, I think it feels a little weird trying to talk on the phone with something that big, but if you like a big screen, it definitely has it in spades. The phone's pretty thin. It tapers very slightly up here at the top where the camera is, but other than that, it's a quite thin phone. Verizon's advertising this as one of the top-of-the-line phones, and, well, it's really hard to argue with them. It's running the latest version of Android, which is Gingerbread, or 2.3 if you don't go for their whole snack-related system names. And it's got a dual-core processor, which all that means is that it just makes for a really buttery smooth experience scrolling back and forth here. Apps open up very quickly, and on top of that, it's running on Verizon's 4G network, which, despite all the marketing, it really does help out on the speed. I'm going to load up the Tulsa World's website very quickly and show you. It's kind of a complex website. Okay, firing it up, and even though we don't get the best of reception here in the video room, it brings up the site very quickly, even though we've got a lot of pictures, a lot of different text here. Scrolls really well through there. The version of Android it's running, a lot of manufacturers tend to modify their Android because Google allows them to, and they put a lot of stuff on them. This doesn't have too much modification. I mean, you have the very masculine techno-robotic droid background, but other than that, there are very little touches, very little things that get in the way of the Android experience. There's a few apps that come preloaded on there that you can't delete, but Android users are used to that by now. And it costs $299, and for the most part, I mean, it's really a great phone. I'm having a hard time coming up with anything to say bad about it. Now, the Bionic comes with an accessory called the lap dock. It's essentially a netbook shell. It doesn't actually function on its own, even though it's got the keyboard and mouse. What it does is that it takes the brains of the phone and it pushes them through to the shell. And it should start up here in a minute. And so the theory being is that you can have your phone and your personal information coming up here on the screen. And so you see here you've got your mobile view right here, and then you've got a separate computer view right here. For the most part, I mean, it's got Firefox loaded up, but for the most part, the apps you have on your phone are the apps you have on here. Unfortunately, the dual-core processor just isn't quite up to the task of balancing out both of these views at the same time. And so what once ran buttery smooth on the phone kind of chugs a little bit on here. I mean, it doesn't scroll quite, things don't pop up as fast, it doesn't scroll quite as smoothly. And it's taken quite a while to even load up Firefox. And let's see if I can, scrolling up and down just isn't quite as, can you get it to work here? It's not quite as smooth. So it begs the question of, well, what if you're going to carry this around, why would I have this instead of a netbook? Well, it charges your phone in a pinch, which is nice. This has a beefier battery than the phone, but other than that, I'm having a hard time coming up with the reasons why you would want this over just a netbook if you're going to carry it around at all. And it costs $299, so it's quite an investment, and you can get a netbook for that price as well. So the phone's great, the accessory, not so much.